Good morning, boys. So we've got the one and only breakfast. So today I'm going to take you through everything we're eating on a training day. Last video was a rest day, today is a training day. So meal one, 230 grams of egg whites. Now I managed to actually find some egg whites, so I didn't have to fuck around taking the yolk out of the eggs and whatnot. So we've got egg whites. So 230 grams of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, and 100 grams of sourdough. Now I've got Jason's sourdough, which is pretty much the best sourdough you can get. Reason being is it's already pre-sliced, so you don't have to mess around cutting it up. So meal one is going down right now. We've also got the usual black coffee and a banana. Now I'm pretty much having 100 grams of fruit with every single meal just to top up on the carbs. So meal one, bananas going in. And then yeah, so today we've got push. So we're going to go through a push day. Last video was a rest day, so we didn't get any training footage, but today, full day of eating and a push day. So let's get into it, boys. So in terms of calories, macros and all that good stuff, meal number one was 49 grams of protein, 72 grams of carbs and 10 grams of fat. So that's going to be our pre-workout meal. So normally I don't train this early. The time right now is 10:30, which is unusual because Monday to Friday, normally I train at about 6 p.m, which means I would have ate 4 meals before I train. But today, I've just ate the 1 meal. So we're going to go hit push. Afterwards, we've still got 4 meals to get in, so the actual food order today is going to be a bit different than usual. Normally I have the same breakfast, but then I'll have chicken and rice, mince and rice, pre-workout meal, which is oats, and then post-workout meal. But today, I've had eggs this morning, and then I'm going to have the 4 meals afterwards. So it's a bit different, but it's the same meals, just in a different order. So we're going to go hit push. I did actually injure my chest. So how long ago now was it? It must have been about 10 days ago. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have noticed that I've not been posting any videos of my training chest because I slightly torn it. Now, if you remember, and you've been watching the videos since the start of this year, I torn my right pec in January this year while doing a bench press. Now, I've done the same thing on the other side, doing a machine press. So that's pretty annoying because I'm obviously 2 weeks in with Kristen, and I have torn my pec. So no chest is going down. So we're literally just taking triceps and shoulders, which is a bit of a shit one because chest is the one that everyone wants to train. So we're going to go in, quick session, shoulders, triceps, and then we're going to get to the rest of the meals, boys. And also, boys, while I work out, I also sip on this. Now, this is obviously 1.5 litres of water, 2 grams of pink salt, 5 grams of creatine, and essential amino acids. So if you're wondering what I'm drinking, this is what it is. Right, so fast forward an hour, we're now done in the gym. I've recorded it, but we're going to go through it later on because obviously this video is talking about strictly what we're eating. So we'll discuss the session later, but we was in there for about an hour. Now we're out, time for post-workout meal. So we've been shopping, picked up some essentials. And when I say essentials, I mean Cocoa Pops, avocado, egg whites, and frozen fruit. So meal 2 is coming up post-workout, as I said before. This is going to be a bit backwards because normally I wouldn't do it in this order, but post-workout meal is actually Cocoa Pops, whey, and a banana. So that's post-workout, which we'll get into in a sec. And then the other 3 meals are pretty basic, which we'll get into in a sec again. So let's run it. Right, before I finish meal number 2, I just want to show you how much Cocoa Pops are in this bowl before I put milk in it. Do you actually understand how much Cocoa Pops that is? So as of last week, we was having 130 grams of Cocoa Pops post-workout. Now we've got 160 grams. Now, just look at that. What the fuck? But yeah, so in that, I have a protein shake. Now, this is 35 grams of protein worth of protein powder, if that makes sense. Which works out to like 1.5 scoops. But that's going in there. And then we've also got the second banana of the day, which is going in. So this is post-workout. Now, after this, we've obviously got 3 more meals still. And we need to get a lot of steps in. So meal number 3, 4, 5 will probably just be combined. And we're going to go also run through the push workout we just did like an hour ago. Right, boys, meal 3 going in. Nice, simple, easy, effective. Effective? Nutritious, probably a better word. But anyway, meal 3. Chicken, rice, avocado, and obviously Nando sauce and pink salt as well, just to top it off. Now, the reason we have avocado on meal 3 rather than with the eggs is because I'm just sort of spreading the macros out throughout the day. Of course, meal 1 had fats from the eggs. Meal 2 was Cocoa Pops, which was more of a carb post-workout to refuel and replace our glycogen stores. Now, meal 3 needs some fats in it, so we've gone with avocado. Now, We didn't obviously go through the session earlier, but push session today, we didn't touch chest because of the injury I spoke about. But in terms of the actual session, we did 2 lateral raises, one cuffed from the wrist from a cable, dual cable, and then the second one on the prime seated lateral raise, which is both movements are really nice. So 2 movements for the side delt, and then also 2 tricep movements. So 2 tricep movements being the first one a cross body push down on the dual cable again, and the second tricep movement being a single arm push down, standard, basic, easy movement. So just 4 movements today. Obviously no chest, so that's taking away 3 exercises, which are normally in the push day. I'm hoping to have this sort of recovered over the next 2 weeks, because everyone loves training chest, don't they? So hopefully that's sorted ASAP. We're okay. In terms of everything else, physique update, this is what we're looking like now. I'm going to be completely honest, this is the best I've ever looked in terms of, not in terms of leanness, but just in terms of fullness, in terms of overall size, in terms of shape. And it's also the best I've ever felt in terms of me generally, training wise, and also my sleep as well has been ridiculously good. So this is all coming down to routine and nutrition, 100%. Because before and previous bulks, I have not been this spot on in terms of what I'm eating, and I've also not obviously had a coach before. So the difference between what I'm doing this time and what I'm doing, well, what I've done on previous bulks, is what I would used to do is eat 3,000 calories a day, hit my protein, not worrying about anything else, and then maybe a month later bump it up by 500 calories. 3 weeks later bump it up by 500 calories, until the point I was on 5,000 calories 2 months into a bulk, and at that point all you're doing is putting fat on. So this time we're taking it slow. Calories are going up slightly, but when I say slightly, it's like 50 grams of carbs have gone in this week, which is not a lot. So yeah, we're taking it nice and slow. We're looking pretty sick, as you've seen from them shots there, and so far it is going smoothly. So we are approaching mid-November. Now that means that we're roughly 10 months. That took me a while to think of that, I don't know why. 10 months out from potentially a show. So the next 10 months are, well, the next 2 months are critical in terms of putting muscle mass on, which we're nailing down at the moment. So hitting the basics, nutrition, training, sleep, hydration, everything else, we're nailing it. So meal 3 is going in. It's this is probably the smallest meal of the day. I'm not sure on the calories. I'm going to put them somewhere around there, macros, breakdown. But it's probably the smallest meal of the day. After this, we've got 10k steps to get in. I'm on, what am I on? 5,700, so we've got another 4,300 to go. Yeah, so after this meal, get some steps in, and then we've got meal number 4 and meal number 5. Now, meal number 4 is similar to this. However, there's no avocado, there's no chicken. It's swapping in mince. And meal number 5 is oats. So we'll get this down and then get on with meal number 4 and meal number 5. Cheers. Right, boys, so meal number 4. Now, I'm pretty sure I say this every single video, but this is my favourite meal of the entire day. Now, we've got oats, we've got blueberries, we've got whey, and we've got dark chocolate and pink salt. Now, the macros and stuff, I'm not sure, but again, I'll pop them up somewhere around there. Now, obviously, this is meal number 4, and I think it's about 3 o'clock right now, I'm not sure. But because we're in November, UK decides to go dark at about 4 o'clock. Which means that when I'm recording these videos, I feel like I'm just rushing when it gets to like meal 4 to try and fit it in before it goes pitch black. But this is meal number 4. Again, go get some steps in after every single meal to help with digestion. And then we'll be on to meal number 5. So meal number 5 is going to be mince. However, I've just been downstairs and I've not took it out of the freezer. So we'll see what happens there. Mince, rice, veg, pink salt. That's pretty much it, boys. So, gonna get on with this, and then more steps, and then we'll be pretty much done, to be honest, after meal number 5. So, let's get it. Right, so fast forward 24 hours, we're now on the day later. I've just prepped, you can't even see that, I probably won't focus, but I've just prepped all my meals for the next 3 days. Now, Obviously, yesterday for meal 5, we didn't have what we needed because I thought we'd have mince downstairs and we didn't. So we had chicken skewers and rice instead. But usually it would be 170 grams of minced beef, 80 grams of uncooked rice, and veg and pink salt. So I'll just prep them for the next 3 days. In terms of macros for meal number 5, stick them up there. Now that's the day wrapped up. So total calories for the day is 300. No, it's not 300. It's 3,200, and protein is at 220. So that is what we eat every single day. Literally every single day. Well, every single training day anyway. But that's what we're eating to get big. Now, if you enjoyed this video, boys, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you lot next week. Peace.